illegal again in another state. The U.S. Third Circuit Court of Appeals rules New Jersey's ban on semi-automatic rifles is unconstitutional. It's the first time a federal appeals court would say that a state ban on semi-auto rifles such as AR-15 style firearms fails to pass the test created by the U.S. Supreme Court's 2022 Bruin decision, which mandates any gun control laws must be rooted in historic tradition. That New Jersey law also banned magazines holding more than 10 rounds. New Jersey's lawyers argued the state was acting lawfully, using the disputed definition of semi-auto rifles as being military style. The state's attorney general is weighing whether or not to appeal the third court's ruling to the Supreme Court. The high court is already agreeing to hear similar cases from Connecticut and Illinois. And those are your bullet points. I'm Evan Brown, Fox News.
News, traffic, weather, sports.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
News Talk 710 KURV is your one and only station for Astros play-by-play. I left them in the 8th inning last night. They were down 4-2. 9th inning, they decided to wake up the bats. Well, actually, the ball was bouncing perfectly for them. A couple of weird decisions there. Ball, the strike, no. Anyway, they won. They got 4 innings in the 9th inning, 4 runs in the 9th inning, and they go 6-2. They won last night. So catch the Astros tonight with the Angels from Anaheim. 8:10 broadcast on 710 KURV. Thank you to Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. So the broadcast online again at Facebook and X and YouTube Live. We are still in Mission, just a few miles away from HQ. We are in an open field. And this site will be a $50 million aluminum manufacturer. And if you join us online, you can see us. I'm with my buddy, Teclo Garcia. He's the leader of Mission Economic Development, and he's the reason we're out in an open field this morning, 9 o'clock this morning. They celebrate the groundbreaking for this big new manufacturer. Yeah, that is live radio, by the way. We didn't kill anybody with that thing, right? All right, here we go. Well, tell me about this big investment. And by the way, I think you called it something else. Initially, when you mentioned it to me about a year ago, I thought it was like a different name. The name of this project?
Right, yes, that's right.
Zerluma,
Yeah.
Serluma.
Yeah.
Aluminum is what we're celebrating today. Back then, we called it something else.
Well,
right?
it was called Century Recycling.
Okay.
And, of course, this is a Mexico-based firm. And when they started making their plans to expand into the U.S., specifically here in Mission, a Century Recycling place in Florida said, we're Century Recycling, not you.
Okay.
And so they said, okay, we'll go back to the drawing board on the name and we'll make it appropriate. And so they've changed the name to Zerluma. Same company, same people, just had to call an audible, right?
Yeah, no biggie. Is this the name of their operation in Mexico? Is that Luma?
No, it's not.
It's something.
They use Century and they use other LLCs that they have, but to come into the U.S., they thought they could just transfer it with Century, but they had to change.
Yes, sir.
that.
Well, things are happening.
Mhm.
It's wonderful to see another big manufacturer coming to the area. We would have known about this one for a while. $50 million investment. What precisely will happen on the grounds here, and by when do they start?
Well, obviously today's groundbreaking for it, and they're going to build their building, a shell building, and they've got the machinery ordered from parts in China and parts in Europe that are being shipped and created, then shipped here to the U.S. As soon as the building goes up, they'll be able to install that. What this company does is metal recycling, primarily aluminum. And as they like to say, aluminum can be recycled forever, unlike other metals. So, one day it's a Coke can, the next day it's a toy, the next day it's a part to an air conditioner or maybe an automobile. So they're what they take is they source aluminum, scrap aluminum, if you will, or they pick it up from other companies around, in this case, around the U.S. This is where they're going to source aluminum. It'll be either barged or truck to this site, and then they turn that aluminum into what they call billets, which are 12 to 20-foot long bars or coils of aluminum. And then if you're, let's say you're Coca-Cola and you need, a certain amount of aluminum, you order an X amount of billets from them, and then they ship them to you, and they turn those into soda cans or the frame of a truck or whatever it is that aluminum is being used for. So we visited their plant, and one of their plants in Mexico, in La Barca, which is just outside of Guadalajara, and very impressive site. And this site will be twice as large as the site that we visited. And so very impressive company and what they do. And they're not really often thought as a green company, but that's what they're doing. They're taking metals that have been used and using them again, and not seeking new metals, right, or digging for new things. So we're super proud to be working with them.
Aluminum today is the groundbreaking. We are in Mission. This is the morning news on 710 KURV. We're here with the president, CEO of Mission Economic Development. At 9 o'clock, we begin the festivities here for the groundbreaking. It is an employer that is pumping in $50 million in, what was it, like 70 some odd permanent jobs?
Yes, about 70 plus permanent jobs, okay. Highly automated facility. And so maybe 10 years ago, this would employ double or triple the amount. We're super happy that there are 70 jobs, but these will be skilled jobs that they will train, and perhaps they'll partner with South Texas College or UTRGV to get some more training for the folks that they're going to hire here. But their first group of folks that will be here will be the managers and the trainers.
It's mostly for the machines, though, right?
That's right.
State-of-the-art machines.
Yes, state-of-the-art stuff that will need skilled technicians to operate.
Aluminum, we've watched it forever and a day. You used to as a reporter. We've been watching. Aluminum is one of those products that is a leading indicator of orders, of factory orders, of production orders. And what does it say that now here in Mission we got this aluminum manufacturer, like the only one in the valley, and probably in the region too? Or do they have? Is there something similar in Reynosa or Matamoros across the border closer to us? I think that's the only one in the region.
I know there's recyclers that gather and source recycling material, aluminum or other metals, but not that take that material and turn it into something and produce billets. I've not seen that. Hey, maybe we can get the Astros some aluminum bats, right? Maybe that will help the ball pop off the bat.
Hey, whatever it takes, dude. It's not the bats that's the problem with the Astros. It's the arms. Yeah. Now, the clientele base for this aluminum manufacturer, is it set already, or might we see, I don't know, some of the industrial production, small manufacturing, and the bigger tier one maybe start buying some of this aluminum as we expand?
Exactly. With Aveo, is that the correct title?
Valeo.
Valeo in McAllen, they will produce suppliers and other industries around them that will help produce more jobs and have their total economic impact be much wider than the company and the plant itself. Similar here. I think there'll be some things that crop up. I mean, we've already spoken to transportation specialists, the rail guys who are wanting to add more capacity and handle some of their shipping. And so there's a lot of discussions that are happening that will, in the near future, create more jobs. I mean, we worked with UTRGV to get that total economic impact. And so while in a couple of phases, this company is going to invest $50 million into this plant, UTRGV and their economic experts predict there'll be $128 million total economic impact, once this is said and done. So that's more than double what the company's going to put in. So you can bet that those indirect, direct, and induced jobs are going to be wide in scope.
There's a potential for a synergy here with this aluminum manufacturing plant. And yes, as you mentioned, Valeo and the state-of-the-art equipment they're producing for vehicles would be GM computers and sensors. Yeah,
all kind of stuff. Right?
Aluminum is a basic.
I remember as a kid,
ingredient in
Sergio, I don't know if you did this, but I did this a lot. Is I would go pick cans. Aluminum cans and turn them in for money.
Yes.
But of course, these guys are doing this on a grand scale, and they know what they're doing. I didn't know what I was doing. But I did learn all my beer brands by picking cans: Texas Pride, Lone Star, Coors, all that. But it's recycling at the end of the day, and this is a smart company that we have here. Their leadership is from Mexico City and Guadalajara. They know the valley very well. Some of them have lived here. Part of their team has been here for years already in terms of their sales and sourcing administrators. So they're not just coming here out of the blue. They've been very strategic about where they're going to be and what they're going to do. In addition, Sergio, one might characterize the trade world between Mexico and the U.S. right now as a little bit topsy-turvy and chaotic, right? And aluminum is one of those items that keeps getting pulled back and forth. So I'm having more respect for Mauricio Osorio, which is the president, the owner of the company, and the others that work with him to be able to, for them to be patient and sustain these efforts during this kind of weird position that we're in. Aluminum is a hot commodity.
Yeah.
Both governments want to leverage the best possible position that they can when it comes to aluminum trade. So they're right in the middle of it.
That's a solid point. And yes, kudos to the investors coming in from Mexico, setting up shop on where it makes sense under this political culture where it's let's manufacture more in the U.S. So advantage to him, and that he might be able to get more of his product to market faster as a result of having this aluminum.
And
manufacturing.
I'm not just throwing shade at our administration. It's been someone unknown in Mexico as well. And one of the benefits of them being stateside, and that's not the only benefit, but one of them is they're sourcing materials in the U.S. They don't have to cross the border and go to their plants in Mexico, right? So you're saving already one border trip. And if they produce billets that someone in the U.S. is going to buy, they don't have to export over the border again going north. So they're avoiding two trips here by being stationed here, and we're the beneficiary of that.
That's a solid point. Yeah, Teclo Garcia is CEO of Mission Economic Development. We're on the road this hour. We'll have a chance to speak with him after we pay some bills in here in a little bit. We are celebrating the groundbreaking of Zerluma Aluminum, which is a huge aluminum manufacturer. Yes, much of the materials we understand will be recycled, and they will be sending out to market whoever wants, with car manufacturers, appliances, whoever. They got different clients that will be sending this at $50 million investment. And I tell you what, Teclo, you were mentioning earlier what you did as a kid. Yes, I did that too. And, we were gathering aluminum cans to recycle, make a few pennies. The imagery, the significance, the evolution of our valley economy, what a massive statement of victory is today that we have gone and see a lot of families in the valley. I mean, I moved to the valley 30 some odd years ago when I would see some individuals, that would be their day to day, just go walk around, go to trash cans and gather aluminum cans to recycle, make a few dollars,
cardboard,
pennies. Same thing, recycle.
Yeah.
Now we've gone from that to state-of-the-art aluminum manufacturing and an impact to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars and well-paying jobs that are high-tech jobs, by the way, because they'll be taking care of the machinery on that. The significance of this, it's
to your point. I mean, look what's happening in Brownsville right now. Right. Everyone knows about SpaceX, and then they have the high-tech defense contractor, and they have others, and you bet they're going to get some other companies and suppliers are going to locate in Brownsville around those industries. And of course, they've had the ship. The folks that tear down ships and use that metal, and that gets the shipbreakers. And you look what McAllen's doing, and Harlingen has got some momentum. So this is a different time for the Valley's economy, and we're fortunate that we're able to take advantage of our geography, which used to be a disadvantage, now is an advantage to lure companies here that need to be on a really dynamic border location that takes advantage of both sides, right? Mexico and the U.S. Now, one thing I'd like to mention is Mexico, as an investor country, is way down the line, probably around 24th, 25th, 26th, as a foreign direct investment company to the U.S. The big guys are still there: Germany, Japan, Korea, England, right? Italy, and those companies still invest a lot more than Mexico. But if you can see, things are starting to turn around a little bit, right? With this investment, we had the folks from Mexico that bought the Cimarron and are ready to invest close to $20 million in its redevelopment. So again, we're hitting it just at the right time.
Thank you for having us over at Tekla. I know the chief investor just arrived as well. Hopefully we can speak with him a little later on in the program. We are broadcasting from the future site of Zerluma Aluminum, $50 million investment in Mission, Texas. And for the region, just the fact that we got this raw material and product ready to go for whoever wants it, the new shipyard at the port, the new refinery, Elon Musk. Hey, yo, Elon, yo, neighbor, we got some aluminum coming.
Yeah,
if you
the Astros.
need some rolls. Yeah. T1 Manufacturing, Vallejo. Yeah, the raw material aluminum on the ground, ready to go here. By when do we see the first pallets?
I think it'll take about 18 to 24 months for them to get going.
All right. Thank you, Tekla, for having us over.
Yes,
we're here with Mission Economic Development. That is Tekla Garcia. He's the CEO, and we're going to go back, pay some bills, hear about the Astros, get some sports and some business news. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you much for joining us on News Talk 710 KURV. You missed any of the conversation, go to Facebook Live, X Live, and eventually Zach and producer Joe will cut up all these segments, put it on LinkedIn as well, segment by segment. Thank you for joining us on the Pulse of the 956, News Talk 710 KURV.
America just turned 250 years old, and at Harlingen Mail Service, we're celebrating in a big way. For a limited time, you can get your own private mailbox for just $2.50. That's right, just $2.50 to secure a real address and protect your mail and packages from those porch pirates. Whether you're a business owner, online seller, frequent traveler, or simply tired of worrying about missed deliveries, a private mailbox at Harlingen Mail Service gives you security, convenience, and peace of mind. And now, to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, we're making it easier than ever to get started for just $2.50. Don't wait until the lines start forming somewhere else at a big box store. Support local. Choose experience. Choose the mailbox service Harlingen has trusted for years. Visit Harlingen Mail Service today and ask about our America 250 private mailbox special. But hurry, this patriotic offer won't last forever. Harlingen Mail Service, celebrating 250 years of America with private mailboxes for just $2.50. Harlingen Mail Service, right off the expressway in Harlingen, or click harlingenmail.com for more info. That's harlingenmail.com for more info. Harlingen Mail Service, from Harlingen to the world, we've got your shipping covered.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-568-6533. 800-568-6533. 800-568-6533.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You know, there's nothing I hate more than dishonest business practices. So I built the company GiveMeTheVin.com around this slogan. We do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it. At GiveMeTheVin.com, we show up at your house, check in hand, pay off your payoff. It's just that simple. GiveMeTheVin.com. We're the only 5-star BBB rated card buyer out there.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
In Texas, we pride ourselves on standing tall. But sometimes, even the toughest folks need a hand. If you or someone you know is having a mental health crisis, call or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Or to chat, visit texas988.org. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to provide confidential support at no cost to you. With 988, you're not alone in the Lone Star State.
Your Houston Astros are out west to visit the LA Angels. Tune in later tonight. First pitch at 8:40. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and News Talk 710 KURV.
The NFL offseason officially ends today. Several teams have already kicked off camp, but the majority of the league, 25 teams in fact, have veterans reporting to camp today. By tomorrow, full squad workouts for every team will have begun. In Tampa, one of the Buccaneers' top players is unhappy. D-tackle Vita Vea is asking to be traded after negotiations for a contract extension broke down. Meanwhile, the Vikings have added a 3-time Pro Bowler. Safety and linebacker Jamal Adams is signing with Minnesota. Baseball, the Yankees, already dealing with a rash of injuries, including Aaron Judge, have another player go down. All-Star Game MVP Cody Bellinger is out with a hamstring injury. Manager Aaron Boone.
Probably a 4 to 6 week situation. You know, the good thing is he's obviously able to move around right now, so we'll continue to do that and just allow this thing to heal and get him right.
The Yankees minus Bellinger got a win last night, thumping the White Sox 9-5, pulling to win in 2.5 games of AL East leading Tampa Bay. I'm Matt McCoy.
Your 710 KURV accurate with the forecast. Mostly sunny, becoming windier today. Highs in the upper 90s to near 105 with the south-southeast winds at 12 to 25 miles an hour. Still breezy this evening, mainly clear, warm, and humid. Lows in the lower 80s with the southeast wind still at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Sunny, becoming windier again on Wednesday. Highs in the upper 90s to near 105. Mostly sunny, hot on Thursday. Highs in the upper 90s to near 105. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Temperatures across the area, 81 to 82 degrees. Thank you for making us a part of your morning. We invite you to join us on social media as well. On YouTube, on X, on Facebook Live. You can do a rewind there. We got some business news. Check out your money next on 710 KURV.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business one penny at a time.
At BMW of Far, we value customer service. And with the BMW Value Service Program, we can show you how. Call today at 956-278-3733 and make a same-day appointment. And get the expert care for your BMW at our fully staffed service department from a BMW certified technician. Plus, we've added more service loaners to get you back on the road even faster. Call 956-278-3733 today and make a same-day appointment at the BMW service department at BMW of Far, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership.
Looking for a flexible part-time opportunity with a fun, fast-paced media company? Radio United is hiring a part-time sales coordinator. If you are organized, enjoy working with people, and have great computer and communication skills, bilingual preferred, we'd love to meet you. Help support our sales team, work with local businesses, and be a part of a company that connects communities every day. Apply now by sending your resume to human resources at radiounited.com. Join our team and help make an impact. Radio United is an equal opportunity employer.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
Your 710 KURV accurate with the forecast. Mostly sunny, becoming windier today. Highs in the upper 90s to near 105 with the south-southeast winds at 12 to 25 miles an hour. Still breezy this evening, mainly clear, warm, and humid. Lows in the lower 80s with the southeast wind still at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Sunny, becoming windier again on Wednesday. Highs in the upper 90s to near 105. Mostly sunny, hot on Thursday. Highs in the upper 90s to near 105. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Crazy weather in South Texas. You as a property owner, well, you know it. That
Day 28 without AC, 70 days until fall. There's no help in sight. I fear the water in the toilet bowl has evaporated.
Dad, just call Mighty Mike's.
No AC? Don't sweat it. Mighty Mike's Plumbing, Electric, and HVAC is your solution. Their comfort specialists will ensure you're sitting cool in the summer months. Visit callmightymike.com or dial 956-686-1353.
Get it right. Call Mighty Mike. Just one call to solve it all.
It's summer, and Lee's Pharmacy wants to remind you to use sunscreen, protect your skin, and lower your risk of skin cancer. Make Lee's your summer stop this year. Lee's Pharmacy, from medical equipment, medicine compounding, support braces to sunscreen and other skincare products. Fast and easy prescriptions refilled. Just go to leespharmacy.com, click on the refill location tab, and enter the information. Lee's Pharmacy, it's that easy. Make Lee's your pharmacy of choice. Lee's Pharmacy, open early and open late for you.
Go to Lee's, they've got it.
Pain management specialist Dr. Dennis Slavin on patients who've had back surgery but are still in pain.
Many patients I see who have undergone back surgery complain that the ugly pain radiating down their thigh and leg is still present. What's worse, they're told there's nothing else that can be done and are stuck to a life of limited physical activity and reliance on pain medication. I may have the answer for you: spinal cord stimulation. I have a treatment specific for this radiating discomfort called neuropathic pain. This treatment has been around since the 1960s, but with recent recent computer modeling technique, delivery of precise electrical signals can replace that pain with a massaging sensation that translates to less pain, less reliance on pain meds, and return to an active life. This technology is cutting edge and lives in a comfortable room at my office. Patients are amazed by the pain relief. They wonder why they waited so long to be feeling better at last.
Learn more about Feeling Better at Last by signing on to feelingbetteratlast.com or call Dr. Slavin 973-0565.
Everything you need to know to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
This is the Valley's Morning News. News Talk 710 KURV. Time is 8:44. We're on the road just down the street from HQ, from the mothership, 710 KURV, Radio United. We are in South Mission, south of the freeway, and on an open field, soon to move some dirt to celebrate the arrival of Zerluma Aluminum. That's a $50 million investment by Mexican investors, $50 million investment into this new aluminum manufacturer that, by the way things are growing in the valley, I think they're going to have plenty of customers, especially closer to the coast with Elon Musk and the Port of Brownsville. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Zach Cantu is back at the studio. He's driving the ship today. And also thanks to AccuWeather. Well, no thanks to AccuWeather for the weather, for 105, 106 degree heat. But we got Jason Caterina with us from AccuWeather today. Teclo Garcia is the reason we're here. He is the director. He's the CEO of Mission Economic Development, and a very big day in the history of our city of Mission. Aluminum manufacturing, a basic staple, basic ingredient into, I would think, maybe some of these circuit boards and some of the consumer products and some of the metals necessary for a lot of stuff now being built in the Rio Grande Valley and in Maquilas next door. And it's right here on the U.S. side. We got this big manufacturer. So for folks just joining us, tell them about how significant this $50 million aluminum manufacturer, this investment is to our region.
Oh, this is the single biggest private sector investment in Mission's history.
Yeah.
As far as we know. I mean, a high school or something in the public sector has cost more, but in terms of private sector, this is the single biggest investment in this city's history. It won't employ a ton of people in terms of like 300, 500, but part of that is because of the automation. Where it's a highly automated, highly computerized facility that's going to be 100,000 square feet, or like Mauricio says, 98.7 thousand square feet, but we just say 100, and multiple buildings. One primary building on this site here that's in the Mission Business Mission Expressway Business Park here, that's located just a stone's throw from Black & Decker, from Betcher, from E-Coat, from Royal Technologies and other big clients here in the Mission Business Park. And what you were talking about earlier, Sergio, about the aluminum and what it's used for, there's often that people that follow trade closely or are in the business know that certain materials and parts cross the border, whether it's the U.S. Mexico or U.S. Canada border, several times before it comes to the end product. And this is part of the process. Is if they get an order from an automotive factory in Reynosa or Monterrey, and then they make the part and they send it back, and it gets assembled in Indiana or Kentucky or Detroit, then it gets sent back again. And this is part of the process. And automotive is a big sector. But some of the things that Mauricio will probably talk about today is how
Mauricio Osorio,
Yes.
who's the owner of this aluminum plant.
correct. What they think on a global scale. When you think about Mexico is involved in like 20 plus free trade agreements, right? So his customer base will be primarily in the U.S., but already they're working on finding ways to move their product to the European Union, to North Africa, to South America, to Colombia, right? And so that's why they're interested in the rail connection. Of course, railroads runs right through here to get material and those billets to the Port of Brownsville or the Port of Harlingen, and then to the Port of Houston and out into the world. This is a big scale production. that we're normally not used to seeing, where just Texas is the market, which Texas is a big market, but these guys are on a global scale, and that's the way they're going to operate.
You earlier said that primarily it would be aluminum. Now, are they going to recycle other metals or maybe produce other metals? At
Their
this facility?
business does other metals in Mexico. I don't know if they're going to do that here. It is focused on aluminum on this side.
All right. We have other business in Mission we likely should catch up with. Of course, the other big news, about a month or so ago, we were with you for the announcement of Mexican investment, multi-million-dollar investment into the redevelopment, bringing back Cimarron, the golf course.
El Cimarrón.
Yeah, as they say, estamos invirtiendo en Cimarrón. Okay. So recap that. And
Yes.
how significant that is, important that is for tourism and maybe bringing some, on the tourism and retail side for Mission.
For sure, a significant project for Mission, not just as a project, but as a legacy operation in Mission, and it's part of a neighborhood. It's part of the fabric of Mission, and we're so glad to be able to bring that back. The investor group that was from Texas and Mexico, but primarily from Mexico City, are very keen on the Cimarron. A couple of them grew up in the Cimarron, so that was part of the reason they wanted to invest there. Of course, the PGA and Live Tour golfer Abraham Anser was a big part of that and became the lead investor once he heard about it. So they're working diligently on the plans right now to get everything set and some of the tweaks and different aspects that they're going to put into the course. We're looking at a minimum over the next 3 years of an investment of $14 million plus. And then, there could be other new wrinkles. They're talking about putting a small event center or a boutique hotel, and that would be another $10 million. So we have really high hopes for that, and I think the people of Mission should be proud, and also the residents of the Cimarron will see their area get brought back to where it used to be, and so we're excited about that that investment, that project, and we're looking forward to meeting with them next month. In fact. To see how progress is going.
No, and it's just in time. I mean, considering how the Valley economy is growing with everything that is expanding, population growth, and of course the partnerships between all cities and the economy growing really fast in the core. Yeah, it's just in time to have the state-of-the-art golf course. So with retail, with hotels, and the economy should be able to, the population expansion should be able to absorb all that.
The one thing that I'd like to say about our Mission Economic Development Corporation Board and the City Council is that they've put a lot of trust in me and our team to set forth the vision, and then they support it, and they've done a fabulous job of being supportive in these efforts. We operate in a very transparent way, and we've gotten all kind of accolades from our auditors and how we handle the EDC, but this is really the culmination of that. It's about attracting investment, creating jobs, enhancing the workforce, and supporting small business. And they've been able to give us all the support that we've needed to do this and to partner with these companies to bring jobs to Mission. And as you know, these jobs that are here in Mission, say they create 100 jobs here and they exceed the 70. Those 100 jobs, maybe 50 will be Missionites. The rest will be from around the valley.
That's true.
And all these projects, whether it be McAllen's or SpaceX, these are, or the medical school, these are valley-wide regional projects that have wide impact. And we're hoping that's what we're doing here. We're not just limiting ourselves to Mission, but these are regional projects.
Another engine for the Mission economy and for the Valley economy is the full tilt, full commercial Ansel Lewis Bridge. You still confident we'll see it before the end of the year? Open full commercial?
I am. I'm crossing my fingers. But these are major projects, whether it be Ansel Lewis or the Zerluma or SpaceX or the defense contractor. Sometimes they take longer than what we think or what is announced. because complications arise, other ththings come up, and sometimes they just take longer. And that's okay, because we'd rather have the project than not, even if it takes longer. So, it's fine. The Anza Duas, great project. Our friends at the City of McAllen are doing a great job marshaling that forward. And so we're hopeful, and just hope everything works out, and we get trucks crossing there by the end of the year. And if not, well, we'll just need to be patient.
Teclo Garcia, CEO, Mission Economic Development. We're a few minutes away from starting the ceremony here, to the groundbreaking for Zer Luma Aluminum, $50 million investment in our community. And, of course, plenty of construction jobs prior to that, and the permanent jobs will be high-tech.
Well, UTRGV study tells us that there's going to be 70 full-time permanent jobs once this place opens, but there'll be about 200 plus temporary jobs, which will also create payroll and everything else you would think in construction here. I mean, you're going to have your contractors, subcontractors, and this will be a construction site for about 2 years at least. So all those jobs, we'll see the benefits of that in our retail spending and our local restaurants. We got give Fee-Fi Tony Farina a shout out that there is an Olive Garden in Mission, Tony. You can go west of Ware Road. There are people that do exist west of Ware.
Yeah. He and his family, part of the problem, we always have an hour wait time on these places on a Friday night. All right, pal. Thanks for having us over.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Keep it coming.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
That's Mission Economic Development Chief Teclo Garcia. This is News Talk 710 KURV. We'll be back in just a little bit with the Sergio Show. We'll continue our broadcast from the groundbreaking for Zer Luma Aluminum in Mission, Texas.
This is Dave Barnes, Certified Financial Planner with Ameriprise Financial in McAllen, with your Financial Planning Minute. Is your cash working hard enough these days? A good cash management strategy should be a foundational part of your financial plan. It's important to have a cash reserve of 3 to 6 months of basic living expenses set aside. Consider structuring your cash position using a tiered strategy, each successive tier trading off a bit of liquidity for a higher potential return. Tier 1 is for everyday cash and should be immediately available. Your checking, savings, and money market accounts are good options. Tier 2 is for unexpected expenses or opportunities and doesn't have to be quite as accessible. Money market accounts or short-term CDs make sense for Tier 2 cash. Tier 3 reserves won't usually be needed immediately. A CD ladder or a very short-term, high-quality bond or tax-exempt bond fund might make sense, especially in the current rate environment. If you have questions, give me a call at 772-4200 or toll free 877-377-7555. I'm Dave Barnes of Ameriprise Financial.
The Tuesday Sergio Show on the road, another KURV ambassador broadcast. We'll be joining the Mission Economic Development Corporation for the groundbreaking of the state-of-the-art $50 million Zerulma aluminum recycling and manufacturing facility. Our city of Mission is a destination point for innovation and manufacturing. Tuesday's KURV ambassador broadcast made possible by Wellness by Workforce, Rioplex Industrial Development, and the Mission Economic Development Corporation.
Pain management specialist Dr. Dennis Slavin on back and neck pain.
Our website is feelingbetteratLast.com because that's what people say as they leave my office. They really are feeling better at last. Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Slavin with some sound advice on back and neck pain. It starts in the morning as soon as you sit up in bed. You have that pain across your back that can cause an ugly, tingling